was trying to think if I should share this real life example with you, but maybe I should keep that one. I don't want to mess up the message because I get you thinking a certain way, in the wrong way. Let's stay on point. It served a good example, but
Help us. Give me some white
yes, Lord. I'm get to these points. So he brings up having a clear conscience. You see that? That conscience is something. It comes from the Latin word conscienta, is the way I think they pronounce it. I pulled it up. Conscienta. In a way, you could see how you want it. But they had two different pronunciations. I just took the first one. The meaning of it is from two words. A second, well, the meaning of the word itself is it's two Latin words. Okay, I don't have to put it this, I just go with this way. The meaning is a second level of awareness. Say that, a second level of awareness.
A second level of awareness.
The conscience, the translation of conscience from the Latin is a second level of awareness. I'm aware of you because I see you with my eyes. But conscience is seeing something beyond what your physical see. That I'm aware of something other than what my eyes see. That's where the scripture comes in, where it says that man looketh on the outer, God looks at the heart. Because to see the heart, you got to look not with your eyes, but with another kind of sight. It's perception, it's intuition, it's an inner knowing. Like when you walk up to people, you don't really see something, but you intuit by your spirit something about them. They are nice people, but I pick up something about their spirit. It's your conscience intuiting something different than what your eyes see. So conscience is not fooled by appearance. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
You can't trick conscience because it ain't looking at the physical. It's another level of awareness. And Paul is advocating that as believers, we should learn to live and operate at a higher level of awareness. And then we won't be so easily deceived by people. Because we're not judging the situation by what we see or happen. Okay, let me get a scripture. Try the spirit by the spirit. Test the spirit, John said, and see whether they be in the favor of God. Test their spirit. Hallelujah. A lot of time when we've been deceived, our spirit knew it was something wrong, but we teach ourselves to disregard what conscience is telling us about a situation.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
We're going to go into this year coming in another place. From with your mind. This ain't a bad message because I ain't focusing, I ain't condemning nobody. We just dealing with ourselves. Lift your hand and say thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
I'm going to tell the Lord thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
I'm going in high. So I'm changing some things about me. I'm not going to disregard what my spirit tells me. I don't care what it looks like. I'm going to pay attention to my spirit. Because your spirit is not going to deceive you. Your spirit ain't trying to mislead you. It's trying to direct you. So conscience here in the Latin is a second level of awareness, another level, how you place it. I got a few examples. I'm going to give you these, and then I'll start moving to how do we go in with a clear conscience. Give you 3 simple things that Paul suggested, and then we'll close. So let's give a few examples. 1 Samuel 24, I always like to give you something. 1 Samuel 24. This is David, we're picking up the story. Then the men of David said to him, because King Saul was after David seeking his life. We know all of that story. David ran from him for many years and all. So the men came to David and said to him, this is the day of which the Lord said to you, behold, I will deliver your enemy into your hand. God did say that to David. His military, his men, look at what they're saying. They said, this is what God told you he was going to do. Deliver your enemies into your hand. That you may do to him as it seems good to you. He can pay attention to his men. Right? And David arose, slipped into the camp, and secretly cut off a corner of Saul's robe to show him that I could have killed you in your sleep.
Wow.
Now it happened afterward, when he got back, that David's heart troubled him. Conscience spoke to him.
Yes. All right.
It was within his right to avenge himself against a man that sought his life. And God said, I'm going to deliver your enemies into your hand. Got in there and cut off a piece of the king's robe. When he got back to his camp afterward, David's heart, conscience, troubled him because he had cut Saul's robe.
Yes.
What did he say? And he said to his men, now he's talking to his men who told him, go in the camp and kill your enemy because God told you he was going to deliver your enemy into your hand. That's what the men said. So now David got a piece of Saul's robe in his hand. But he going to his men. And he said to his men with the piece of robe in his hand, the Lord forbid that I should do this thing to my master. Now, it was right according to the law to avenge himself. But his heart said,
Come on now.
there is a higher law
Yes.
that spoke to me concerning this action. And my heart, my spirit, my conscience said, what you just did is not God's will.
All right. Come on.
According to the law, he was right.
Yes.
But his heart said,
Yes.
what you did is not the will of God. The Lord forbid, that's another language, we don't use that kind of, that I should do this thing to my master, the Lord's anointed, to stretch out my hand against him, while holding a piece of the robe. His conscience said, that's not the will of God. You should not have done that. All of us, I'm going to show you, got that.
All right.
We train and teach ourselves to disregard it. And if you will listen to it more, you will live in a peace that you never know. Because part of our peace is disturbed because we're wrestling with stuff that our that may have been justified, except for our heart says, don't do, you shouldn't, don't, no. Example 2. This is a story when the lepers were, they couldn't live in the city with the men, or with the rest of the city, so they had to live on the outskirts territory designated for them. We're picking up the story. Now the 4 lepers, men of at the entrance of the gate, there were 4 lepers. And they said to one another, why are we sitting here until we die? And so it tells you what the rest of the story. They went on and did and said, let us go, and so forth and so on. If they kill us, they kill us. If we sit here, we die, and so forth. So when the lepers came to the outskirts of the camp, they went into the tent and ate. Now we're picking it up because what happened as they went into the enemy's camp, God caused the enemy to hear what sounded like a great military army. It was just 4 men walking. And Paul said, God delivers. You don't know how God gonna deliver. Because the enemy don't hear what you hear. The enemy don't see what you see, because why? You operate by a higher level of awareness. Can I tell you, when your back is against the wall, a lot of times, it ain't you that's in trouble. It's the enemy, the devil, that's in trouble. How you say that, Pastor? My back is against the wall, but I'm looking at God. The enemy back is to God, and he don't see what's getting ready to happen. It ain't you that's in trouble. I want you to think about it next time. When you're back against the wall, you are facing God, you're looking at God, you're praising God, you see what God is getting ready to do. But the person who's got their back to God don't see what God, they don't see what you see. So the next time your back is against the wall, instead of you crying, say, devil, you don't know what's coming. You so focused on trying to take me down, I'm looking at what's getting ready to take me down. That's what the prophet told his servant when he said, don't look at those around us, look at those on the mountain. He said, who on the mountain? God opened his eyes that he may see what I see. Angels in drawn chariots of fire in military array with armors ready to annihilate. It's the enemy that's in trouble. So he could, they 4 men walked, but they heard a whole mighty army, and they fled for their lives. So we pick it up that they went into the tent and ate and drank and carried from it silver and gold and clothing. And they went, look what they did. They hid them. They hid all the different holes and caves in the mountain. They got silver and gold garment. And it was open because you get the spoil. The spoil belonged to you. That they was their right. They were driven out of town. So all of this spoil belonged to us. They got it, a lot of it, and hid it. Went and hid it. Then they came back and entered another tent. Grabbed some more. I said, that's 68 right there. Don't tell nobody where the gold is. They're going to wait to get it all and say, Pastor, did you hear? Hear what? They had gold over there. Is it something still there? No, I think it's all gone. And you know what I'm talking about y'all there for one quick minute. And y'all got the rest to act like, yeah, you know that is hard. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay me. You got all the gold and silver. Yeah, if I tell you, I don't know who all got there, but you see it was a lot of it. But I see, yes. That's why I'm trying to clear your conscience. Get somebody some of that silver.
I know that's right. That's right. Yes, Lord.
Don't wrestle act like y'all don't know. You got any? You ain't half lied. You got any?
No, I ain't getting
I got I got this something. So you ain't all the way lying, but you ain't always there. I know how you operate. I know how you clear your conscience though. So they went to another camp, got some more from there also. And they went in and hid that. And they repeated this over and over. Now here it is. Let me hurry up quick because I wanted to do 10 minutes if I can get through this. Then they said to one another, we are not doing right. Conscious. The spoil belongs to the victor. To the victor goes the spoil. That's where they come from. So they had a right to the spoil.
Yes.
Except for conscience said when they started doing all of this, they sat down and looked at each other and said with nothing, what we're doing is not right. God didn't say it, but conscience said it. See, there's something in you that whether you have full knowledge of the Bible or not, that gives you an inner sense of right and wrong.
That's right. Amen.